Even if I'm from Gujarat, man, I don't eat that. My
You
name
don't
is
eat that.
Vimal too, and I don't
Yeah.
eat Vimal. It's on my boy.
That's what's up.
Yeah. All right, my man. I got my boy right here. I got Akhil OSO in the house. This
That's
is the pull-up
good.
session. Yeah, man. Welcome to the show, bro.
Yes, sir. What's good? What's good? What's up, everyone?
Real good, man. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm really excited to have you on the show and that you made time to do this because I know there's so many projects going on. There's so much stuff going on. The whole scene is blowing up. Like,
Yes,
you
sir.
got to be on your game. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Let the listeners know about what you're doing, what you've been doing so far. There's a couple tracks I want to talk about that kind of really kind of define you too, as far as like a very conscious and like groundbreaking rapper, I guess you could say.
That's cool.
So talk about your background, man. Where you from, bro? Let people know. Let the listeners know.
So I'm from Bangalore City, bro. I represent Bangalore City. I represent the South Side,
Bangalore,
and I also
in the
represent.
house.
Yeah, but I'm not pigeonholed to just be like someone from Bangalore because my roots are really spread across India. My father is Tamilian descent, and my mom is Punjabi descent. So
Oh
I've
shit!
got this whole array of cultures that just flow
That's
through me at any
crazy.
given
From
point in
north
time.
to south, bro.
Yeah,
North to south.
And I
Yeah,
feel it.
man.
I feel the love throughout the country, dude. It's recently was in
Beautiful.
Bombay shooting a video with a really talented artist. Her name's Ritu Z. And then was in Chennai recently, just working with Lilliput and Shifty and stuff like that. So it's just been like an amazing like amalgamation of cultures and sounds and stuff like that. My own personal journey though has been really wild in music, dude. I've been doing music in a way where I can't remember when I wasn't doing music. So as in like even my earliest memories as a kid, I was just playing around with like pots and pans, making like a mock drum set, and just trying to loop my mates
Yeah,
in the kitchen and just like play according to what they're
sure.
saying. So went from there into being in the school band playing the trumpet. Was a metal musician, lead singer in that band, and from there
Sick.
transitioned to a DJ, EDM producer, then a rapper, and now I basically produce, rap, and audio engineer. So it's been a long journey.
It's an evolution. Yeah, it's
Yes,
an
sir.
evolution as an artist. Yeah, man.
And if you pull from like
yeah.
some of my influences too, dude, it's so drastic. Like I got M and Park tattooed on my hand over here. I can't lift it up because I got massive
shit.
biceps.
Yeah, no, I know.
I got M and Park tattooed on my hand, but some of my biggest influences like Gorillaz and Radiohead. So it's like
Dope.
super diverse. And my production reflects the
I
same.
love Gorillaz. I definitely
dude,
love
I
Gorillaz,
it.
man.
That's my favorite band in the whole world.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
For a weird reason, I don't know why, but it tops Floyd, it tops Metallica, it tops Lamb of God. Like for me, it just sits in this like holy grail on its own. And I think it's because of Damon Albarn, the guy who produces and creates all the music behind it. I love the Gorillaz.
So I think the influence of like hip hop and whether it's rock or whatever it is, it seems like it's very prevalent in the artists that are coming out now. There's a lot of artists like you that are producing, recording, mixing, doing everything on their own.
Yes, sir.
And there's just some that are just spitting, right? I kind of feel the ones that are doing everything on their own are kind of creating their own fucking like level of shit. Like it's their own genre almost. And that's that underground, like, this is where I'm coming from. And it's always the stuff that actually stays kind of classic, if you ask me. A lot of the mainstream stuff kind of like goes in and out and you never hear from it again, right?
Yeah.
This is something that I've seen over like 25, 30 years of experience, like in the market, doing stuff like this. So it's really cool to get your take because as an artist, a lot of people are scared. They like to pigeonhole themselves. I think you mentioned that earlier. You're not pigeonholing yourself in that. And that's really what makes really dope artists, man.
Yeah.
Man. That's really cool, man. And that's kind of when I heard your tracks, I was like, yo, man, I got to get this guy on. We got to talk to him right now.
Sick.
Because you know what? You might blow up and then you might never even fucking remember me, dog.
This is my roots, bro. I'm here the moment you call. I'm here any day. 100%. Can't wait to perform live with you too.
Yeah, 100%, bro. You got to do something out in Bangalore. We have to do something like that,
That's what's up. 100%.
Yeah, man. So let's talk a little bit about a couple of your songs that you had. You spoke about your influences. Let's talk a little bit about some of the songs that you put out. I know there's a real conscious song that you put out. It's called Simon, Go Back.
Yes, sir.
So I've been listening to all your songs. I
Nice.
get like a lot of music to listen to, but
Yeah, of
I
course.
started listening to a couple of your tracks. I've already played a couple of tracks on
Yes,
the
sir.
show. I think
Yeah.
I'm going to play this a little bit later, but let's talk
Okay.
about this track. I really want you to explain the whole significance of this and how
Yeah.
you broke it down. This is a dope track, man. I actually
Thank you,
absorbed
bro.
it a couple times. Yeah, man. Let people know
It
about
hits
it.
different. So,
Yeah, man.
I mean, thank you for highlighting this in the catalog, dude, because most of my catalog is just like high energy stuff that people can kind of listen to on a drive or in the club, you know? This is that one track that kind of isolates itself, and the reason
Yeah.
it does that is it comes from a really deep place. The concept for the song, Simon Go Back, comes from the colonial era that my country faced, you know, where it was
Yeah.
just many years of just starvation, deprivation, destruction, division, right? And
Yeah.
I'm not someone who really dives in any of these topics often, and I'm also not someone who
Sure.
really wants to sit and be political in any way. I'm actually the least political person you'll meet. But
I try to stay away from it too, dog.
yeah, I don't
But
understand it, you know.
it
So
is,
if
yeah,
I understood it,
is.
I would talk
It's
about
from
it.
the
I just
heart,
don't
so
know.
I
Yeah.
want to highlight that, man. Yeah.
Yeah, but for me
Go for it,
personally,
sir.
bro, like I grew up here, right? And in this place,
Yeah.
just looking around when I was, my friends are different religions. In my own family, different religions, you know, different skin colors. Like I said, the North-South influence. And I never
Sure.
noticed any division. Not because I wasn't looking. I was actively involved in so many different circles. I never noticed division. Not even to me, not even to any of my friends, right? And then growing up, seeing it more and more, not just outside in the external world, because like growing up as an adult, you're like, oh, okay, there is that. It's there for sure. But then starting to see it internally in circles that I didn't think I would see it in friend
Yeah,
groups that I
man.
didn't see would divide, you know, in
Yeah,
decisions
man.
work-wise that I didn't think would matter where your mom grew up, you know, that kind of stuff started like hitting
Yeah,
really deeply.
seriously.
It's weird. And
Yeah, man.
I saw the
Yeah, it's
speech by
very, very
Shashi
bizarre,
Tharoor.
bro. It's
Yes, sir.
bizarre. It's
Yeah.
bizarre. Yeah, it's bizarre,
And then I
man.
saw the speech
I
by
agree.
Shashi Tharoor. I think it was at the Oxford College. And that
Uh-huh.
hit me differently, man. That's when he, like, I was in history when you learn
Oh,
history in India.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know that. I know that speech. Yeah,
You know the
yes, I know
speech?
what you're
Yeah.
talking about. Yes.
So
Yes,
in
yes,
India, when
yes.
you're learning history in class, you're basically learning mostly just about how we were put down, how we were like destroyed, how we were brought down, what king ruled, which place, and we don't really know the greatness we come from, you know. The only way I knew that is my grandfathers and like my ancestors passing those messages down through generations. And when I watched the Shashi Tharoor speech, it hit me differently. I was just like, oh, we were one of the richest countries in the world. One of the
Yeah,
most
man.
powerful countries in the world.
We
One of the
still are,
leading
actually.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
we still are,
100%.
actually.
100%. And then
Yeah.
realizing that like a lot of my friends don't even know it. And I feel like if a lot of us knew the unity that we come from and the power and the strength that we come from, we're gonna start finding our roots. Because I feel like a lot of us now are floating above. Like you said, we're still a country of power, but we're not
Yeah.
rooted. You know?
Yeah.
And then this whole song was just brewing in my head for years, and then finally came out as a song called Simon Go Back. It's gone through versions as well, where I just
Yeah.
wanted to make it in a way where anyone, any age group, any palette could accept it
They
and
can
just
relate.
feel the
Yeah, they can relate.
and just
I
feel the
got you.
message. And it's
For
crazy that you're
sure.
saying this now. I don't know when this is getting aired, but this Sunday on
This is getting
15th.
aired Monday, man. This is
Ah, sick.
Monday.
So if it's
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Monday, then the day before, that's Sunday, we just dropped an EP of remixes for that song, where we have some sick Telugu
Yes.
artist, a sick
Yes,
Hindi
yes,
artist,
yes,
Kannada
yes. We were
artist.
going to mention that. Yes, we
Yes,
were
sir.
going to mention
So it's
that.
like a whole bunch of different people around the country who resonated with the
man.
message, have remixed
Yes.
it, and we're putting out an EP called the New Simon Commission. I
Right.
want to reclaim
There's
that
EDM
word, Simon
mixes.
Commission. Yes, sir.
There's all kinds of like
Drum and
breaking
bass.
mixes. There's a
Yeah.
few like different
Yeah.
mixes, Afrobeat
Yeah,
type
yeah.
stuff.
100%,
Yeah.
yeah.
I heard it.
So,
You sent it to me, and I appreciate that.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what? I'll make sure I play one of those too. Actually, on this show.
That's
Let's
sick,
make
dude.
sure we do
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Let's definitely do that. So you know, we were talking a little bit about, and so you're doing that thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You were talking a little bit about being not just underground, but working with major record labels. So
Yeah.
I kind of want to get to that, right? So being an independent artist
Yeah.
versus working with labels, in what scope you think is the best way to work with them. This is a conversation I've actually had with even record label founders, CEOs. I've done this same question with them on other interviews.
Yeah.
You can definitely check that out on my YouTube.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you know where it is.
How did
But I'm
they
not gonna
find
name
it? What's
any
the
names.
YouTube channel?
This is Artifx on the Ave.
That's where you
Artifx
go.
on that.
Go
Yeah,
check
just
that
go,
out.
just hit me up on my Insta, man. That's
Yeah.
DJ Artifx, DJARTIFX.
Yes,
You gotta
sir.
hit me up, man. Yeah, hit me up on there. All my links are on there. Definitely follow me.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of these conversations that I've had with a lot of different people, whether they're
Mm-hmm.
artists, up and coming artists, artists who are about to blow the fuck up,
Mm-hmm.
artists or founders, or you know what I mean. Like there's so many OGs that I've had in little videos that I'm like, yo, this is kind of what it's going. So it's really cool to get your insight on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let us know about that, man.
Dude, I've played the role of an independent artist all my life. You know, I'm still technically independent. But the reason I stayed independent for a long time is one, I didn't find the right avenue to switch in a way. And also, you know, there's so much misconception behind like what it is working with a label or what it is working with a management, where it's just like, oh, you know, they now own your soul. And I guess there are deals where that kind of makes sense. But there's a lot of times where you can position yourself correctly, especially if you have something to bring to the table, and you can get a deal that like resonates with who you are. And I feel like finally in my life, after like years and years of doing music, I'm in a position now where I'm open to working with a label. I'm open to signing with a label, or I'm open to working with a management. And that's not because of anything else, but the fact that I educated myself. There was an interview I watched a long time back where they're like, if you're not able to get signed to a label right now, what do you do? So what you do is you look at a label and you see who are the 5 to 8 people who play the most important roles, right? That's your guy who's doing distribution. That's your guy who's doing marketing, right? That's your guy who's doing the PR work. That's your guy who's handling the mixing and mastering. And you figure out how many of those roles you can play independently, and then how many of those roles you need to hire someone to work with you for, or collaborate with someone to work with you for. And then now you're your own little system. You're your own little ecosystem, right? Then you do that well enough for a while, you kind of know how the game runs. So now me integrating into a label, I'm integrating as someone who's producing, engineering, writing, recording, scripting.
As I mentioned earlier,
Yes, sir. And designing the outfits. I have a really solid way of like marketing myself, and I'm also open to all of these discussions. So where it would have taken a label, you know, 100% effort to figure out how to take this artist to the next realm, it's now going to take them 30% of the time to do it, but 100% of like the time is now going to go into just taking the next step, not figuring out the game, because I've figured out the game. You know, so
you need to be plugged into the formula, right?
Yeah, and now it's just getting plugged into like the database. You know,
the formula
like
that really makes sense for you though, as an artist. So you know, you're also representing so many different elements of hip hop. You're DJing, you're MCing, you're doing some production, you're doing, obviously you just mentioned some clothing, styling, you know what I mean? These are all the elements. Do you do any other like athletic stuff? Do you like skateboard? Do you anything?
Oh, dude. funny question, man. I used to be a kickboxer. I represented my country internationally in kickboxing.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I fought in India and a bunch of places, in Kerala recently.
I'm actually an international athlete too, actually.
All right.
So that was the reason actually I came to India.
Yeah,
man.
What was the sport?
American football.
That's not gonna work out here.
It didn't. You're fucking right. It sure didn't. But I learned a lot from that. I think, you know, a lot of failures. I was single at that time. I was about 35 years old. I was like, yo, if I'm gonna come play, I'm gonna play for a couple years. Fuck it, just try it. And then I ended up becoming the head coach within like 4 months. And then 2 months, I just started to change everything, and it didn't work. They're like, nah.
Yeah.
Actually, the whole national league shut down. They just shut it down. So it's actually started by Mark Wahlberg. Wahlberg, if you know.
The actor Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
So he's one of the main investors from that. And those guys were the ones who hired me and brought me out here.
All right.
And then, I don't even want to talk about too much about it, man. There's a lot of legalities behind that, so we'll let that go.
But for me, kickboxing was fun, dude. I got a chance to fight in Hong Kong, which was such an eye-opening experience for me.
So you stopped though, right?
No, I don't compete anymore. No, I had to take I actually wasn't allowed to compete then as well, but I just I began competing when I had 2 screws in my leg already, you know. I had 2 screws in my leg. I had a serious L4, L5 injury from like stunting.
Oh, fuck.
because I used to be a stunter on my bike. I had a little
fuck,
KDM
come
200.
on, bro.
So I
You
used to
didn't
race
mention
and
all
stuff.
this.
I've had an exciting life.
I wouldn't
And I'm
even
about to
ask
have
these other questions if I knew that.
I'm about to have an even more exciting life. But yeah, I come from like the stunning background. And
Okay.
there's this one time I did a wheelie off the first floor on my cycle, landed it, everything perfect, bro. Everything was good. Everything was good.
Do you have
I did
video?
like
video?
like this I was a kid, dude. And like 2
Oh.
weeks later, my legs started hurting. I was like, what the fuck is happening, right? It turns out both my legs have slid out the socket. They're not even in the socket.
Yeah.
So they had to put that back, screw it in, a whole lot of stuff. So I wasn't even supposed to compete, but I was just like, dude, yeah,
shit.
I'm gonna do this. I want to live this life for a while.
Yeah, all
And I
right.
excelled in it. It's just really cool,
Word
yeah.
up, dog. No, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yes, sir.
I get it, man. Yeah. For
But
sure,
music's
man.
always been that thing, man. Like I can't remember a time in my life where music hasn't been a thing. Even when I was competing internationally, when I was doing whatever, dude, music's always been that majority of my day is music, and then I get to do this sometimes. Although now it's just 100% of it is music. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I think you also mentioned you had a metal like background or hard rock. Like, so same for me, bro. Like,
You were in a metal band?
No. I wasn't. I was an enthusiast. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
And because of that, like that kind of music always brought me into one realm, into another realm. It became into like I think the crossroads for me was when I kind of ran into Rage Against the Machine.
No way.
Where they were that metal that I was already growing up on, that punk type shit.
You met them?
And then no. When I just
okay.
When I kind of like ran across them in my when I like growing up and during that time when they were coming through, I was probably like 11 years old, bro. 12 years old.
Yeah.
Dog. So this is during my teenage years. So you got to understand this is like that heyday.
Yeah.
Right? So they were very impactful for me. And they were the ones that kind of like transferred me from that rock to that hip hop, like culture.
Whoa, so
like,
you got switched into hip hop from a metal band, like a rock band.
Yeah, pretty much, man. So
That's
then there
sick.
was them, and then there was a little bit of like Limp Bizkit, and like
Linkin
all
Park,
that was kind of there. So it was kind of like that was my kind of transition, and in between there, I used to listen to a lot of house music, and stuff like that too. So you know what I mean? Like, I get it where it is, and it's really cool that a lot of people have been able to actually experience that spectrum of music here in India, because now it's creating artists like you, man. You feel me? Like, that's really cool, man.
Yeah.
So now, like, if you had a dream collab right now here in the whole Indian hip hop scene and the Desi hip hop scene or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Wait, first and foremost, I want to ask you: do you rap in any other English or any other language except for English?
No.
Or do you do? You don't.
No,
you only
I don't.
do English.
I only do English.
So
I can only speak English fluently.
okay.
Yeah, I can
Do you speak
Tamil
any
pretty.
other language?
I can speak Tamil pretty well.
Okay.
But not good enough to like see.
You can't write in it. Yeah, I can't even write in English. I can't write in any language. So I'm not judging you, dog.
Yeah, no,
I can barely talk.
The way I always say it is like the language you're thinking in is the language you should write in. You know,
Yeah,
so
I
if
feel
I have to convert a thought into another language, I'm pretty much not going to be the best in that language, and I want to be the
I
best
get
in
you.
anything I'm doing.
No, I get you, man. So,
Yeah.
you know, what's funny is actually I was just talking to my daughter the other day, and I was like, you know, when I first moved here, because she started talking to me in Hindi. She was talking to me in English. She's never talked to me in Gujarati, nothing. She just started talking to me in Hindi.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And she looked and she started laughing.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's okay. It happens. Like, you know, the first year I moved here to India, I'd never really thought in Gujarati at first because I've always spoken English.
Yeah.
And the second language I would think about would be Spanish.
Interesting.
So sometimes I would say some shit in Spanish
Yeah.
to somebody in there just looking at me like, I'm like, oh shit, my bad. Like, and then I'd have to rethink about it and like, you just got to go with what you believe and like what it is. You just
What
can't
feels
force
most
it.
natural to you is
Yeah,
really important
man.
to
No,
be
no,
super
for sure,
authentic. Yeah.
So I told her the same thing. I was like, don't feel ashamed about it. Just
Yeah.
feel what feels. Just do what feels natural, man.
Of course.
No,
Yeah.
that's really cool, man. So you know, I know you were mentioning like working with people. I wanted to ask you, what's one of your dream collabs that you'd like to do with somebody like in the scene? Obviously, I know you're from Bangalore, and there's Hanuman Kind right now, and he's just
Yeah.
He's out there, dog. He's he's running the shit globally right now.
Yes, sir. He's making moves. He's like paving the way, bro. You know.
Bro, I've been playing his music for like 3 years, dog. I've always believed in that dude.
Yeah.
You're one of those guys that I really feel is also going to be doing big things. So
appreciate it, my brother.
Yeah, man, we need to keep that trajectory moving, man.
Yes, sir.
Again, what would be one of your dream collabs, man?
In India or outside India?
It's your choice. There's no limitations on this question.
Wow, that's such an amazing question. that's actually a really, really good question. I think
so. It could even be a producer if you just want to work with a producer that makes.
I think if I can lock in like a EP, I would want to do Tyler the Creator.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's where my mind is right now.
Okay.
I think abroad, Tyler the Creator. In India, I think 110% A.R. Rahman. There's so much that I want to create, which I know is just a fraction of whatever he would think, like A.R. Rahman would think. Like, there's so much of my music that's influenced by that culture and the way that those drums are programmed, the way those percussions are programmed.
Yeah, man.
And Tyler the Creator, because he's just someone who can step out of the line, you know, and can be messy in the right way. So I think Tyler and A.R. Rahman and me on an EP would just be dirty, bro.
OSO in the house, man.
Yes,
that's what I'm talking about, dog.
Yeah.
So I know you have a crazy style about yourself too. Let us know about some of your streetwear that you're representing. I don't know if you're designing that as well.
Bro. There's no streetwear. Fuck that streetwear shit. No, I'm not about to wear someone else's hoodie.
That's what I'm saying. Or you do something on your own. That's what I'm talking about.
I design everything. Me and my mom design everything that we're wearing. So my mom had to stop her dream because I was born, sadly. And her dream was to get into fashion and clothing, right? She was doing so well, bro. She was about to head to the UK, and all of a sudden, little me popped up, and she's like, shit, I got to close the shop. I got to close the dream. I can't do fashion anymore. But then luckily, her son got into like a line that requires a lot of like, you know, crazy aesthetics, right? So me and her love fashion. We love architecture, we love colors, so we sit down.
She's found an outlet, man. She's vicariously doing it through you, man.
Yes,
She's
sir.
found an outlet. Yeah,
so
you can't
we want to drop our own clothing line and stuff, and everything that you see me wear, including this shirt, which is like inspired from.
That's why I'm asking you, man. Yeah, because I noticed this isn't shit that I know I can go in the store and find, dog.
Nah,
like
this is inspired from like my Tamil culture. Actually, this is something you'll see a lot of people wear, but in Tamil Nadu, but the way we've done the lapel here and then the
it's different, bro. Different. Yeah, I know.
So everything
I went through your press kit, dog. I was like, wow, this is some sick shit.
Yeah, so everything is just designed by us, bro. I'm not about to wear anyone else's hoodies and clothes and stuff like that.
I feel you.
Unless the purpose is there, you know. If there's a good purpose behind it, like there's creative thought process as to why you want me to wear this or wear that or do this or do that. Then I'll think about it. But otherwise, I want to be. What I really want to be more than anything always is just 100% authentically myself. No matter if people love it, hate it, whatever else. And
I respect that, dog. That's what I saw in you, and that's what I was like, you know what? This guy's like straight up authentic. I really appreciate that.
Yes,
I think there's a lot of artists that I run across that I already know they're just kind of part of the, I guess you can say, the matrix or whatever they want to call it. But also, they're doing their thing. I don't hate on them. A lot of them I know, too. Yeah. And we still kind of keep it cool. But it's artists like you guys that are really kind of now driving this industry from the bottom up. This is the foundation, right? And this little branch or this root that you're building yourself is going to be really strong one day.
Yes, sir.
The only ones that are strong right now are the ones that are getting funded so much and stuff like that. So I kind of feel like it's just a matter of time of each artist starting to bud out. And the ones that keep it in-house, like you've been doing, like mixing and producing and doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think that makes a big difference, man. It really does make a real big difference. No, it's really cool, dude. Again, who was your dream collab? I just wanted to...
Right now, it's an EP with Tyler the Creator and A.R. Rahman.
Tyler the Creator, okay. And if there's any Desi artists that you would like to do it?
If you can make that happen, Artifx. If you can get A.R. Rahman and Tyler the Creator on one EP with me.
Hey, man, I'll send some messages.
You can keep the publishing.
Hey, you heard that. Everybody heard that. You heard that?
But A.R. Rahman is the Desi artist that's just a dream collab for me.
No, for sure, man.
Yeah.
We'll make some calls.
Let's make it happen.
No, that's cool, man. That's really cool. Have you ever ran into him? Does he know? Like, no. Okay.
I know where he is.
Yeah,
but you know what's crazy?
You're not stalking him, right?
I'm not stalking him, but I have his actual email ID. I just want to know the right email to send him.
I got
it. It took me so much effort to get it, bro. I got his email ID. I have his legit email ID. And it's insanely simple. You'd think it's like a different ghost name and it'd be super cool. It's so simple. My man's the most down-to-earth guy. That's insane.
Oh, that's dope, dude. No, it's all good, man. You got to put it out to the universe. If it's gonna happen, it'll happen.
Yes, sir.
And I kind of feel like you've been working on that trajectory. Like I said earlier, it's really important. That's a really big and consistent part that you got to keep a part of your system, right? You just have to stay with it.
100%, dude.
It'll happen, dog. Don't worry. I told you I'll send a few messages. Let's see what happens.
Yes, sir. You know what?
I'm not gonna. I don't promise shit.
Of course, man. It's just the manifestation, it's the effort.
Yeah. We just put it out there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
you know what? You know what's crazy? Like rap wise, I know you can definitely consider Tyler the Creator to be a rapper, but I was thinking of him more of the creator. You know?
Yeah. More on the production side. I get you.
Yeah, more on just the creation, bro. Like he's a creative human being. He's going to be kind of like Rick Rubin in a while. But if it's just a rapper from India, I think See Their Mouth, dude. That group in me would work insanely well. Yeah, that would be sick.
So that I can actually also connect you with.
I'm sure send over a beat
I'm sure you already know like Mo from Azadi and all them.
Yeah, we've spoken a couple of times.
Yeah.
I'm in that trajectory now where I definitely want to get tapped into the industry.
So, I would say either Calm or something produced by Zero Chill.
Yeah.
With you guys would be sick.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, 100%.
Just keep staying with it, man. I feel it'll happen, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I get it, man.
Yeah.
I feel you, dog.
Yeah.
Definitely, man.
Thank you.
Let people know your social handles and anything else that you're going to be having up, like in the next month or two.
Yes, sir.
Let people know. Aside from this EDM thing, let's touch on that again as well.
Yeah.
Let them know your social handles. Go for it, man.
You can find me at Akhil OSO, AKHILOSO, on any platform. That's 2 different words. Mm-hmm. And what I'm doing, which you can like tap into every single week, is I'm dropping a brand new song every single week. That's every single week we're dropping a brand new project, completely written, mixed, mastered, everything good to go. Nice. You can find it on all the streaming platforms. At the same time, from my studio channel, which is again me as the artist and producer, and actually one of my mentees is Varun. He's going to be engineering some of those tracks. And we're going to be dropping 2 songs from the studio channel. So technically, every week you can get 3 brand new projects from me for the next 1 year. It's a challenge I've set myself, and I'm just going to make sure it happens. So that's something you can tune into quite regularly. And apart from that, the EP that we were talking about is EDM remixes, and it's also some rappers. So there's like a poet rapper from Malayalam, in Malayalam, like from Kerala. She's unbelievably talented, very talented. Lilies. Lillys.
Lilies.
Yeah, okay. So this is her first project. She's just been doing stuff on Instagram. I peeped it, and I was just like, yo, I need this on this. I need someone to speak this topic, in your language.
Flavor.
Yeah. And then super talented Kannada rapper as well, Chirayu, Grenade, a Hindi rapper. We got Vuraz, we got No Tomorrow, some Shaq, some really, really talented artists. Tata also, who's doing Kannada English together. So super, super talented EP coming up this Sunday. That's the 15th of September. And right after that, back to dropping a song every single week. So tune in to Artifx, tune in to me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, we're going to keep playing your stuff. You just got to keep sending it to me, man.
I got you. I'm going to send it to you now before, bro. I feel like I need that Artifx feedback now.
Yeah, no. Just stay connected. It's always going to keep it connected.
Yes, sir.
Big shout out to you for taking your time to be out here and be on the show. I'm happy you pulled up. Much salutes and respect to you. Yes, I really want you to go far, bro. Let's keep it connected.
Yes,
let's do a show in Bangalore.
Yes, sir.
Let's do this.
Yes, sir.
Give me a
100%.
show. Let's do a show out there.
100%. I got you.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
let's make that happen.